No joy early for Arsenal, but 53 seconds into the second half, they were ahead through Robin van Persie, skippering for the first time. Arsenal added a second inside 5 minutes. Van Persie the creator this time, and although Nicholas Bentner did his best to claim it, it goes down as an own goal by David Gray, the young Scot Plymouth signed this week on loan from Manchester United. 2 down, but Plymouth didn't buckle and swiftly pulled the goal back. Luke Summerfield's free kick found its way to Gray, who at least made up for that mishap at the other end. Skipper Carl Dogood with Argyle's first away strike since November. Arsenal have won the FA Cup 4 times in the 12 years since Arsene Wenger took charge, and although they weren't overly stretched here, their fans could only really relax when Van Persie struck again 5 minutes from the end. Arsenal through, but plenty of plaudits for Plymouth.
Credit to Plymouth, they defended well, were strong in the challenges, were well organised, and were spot on physically for 90 minutes.
Our final game this week sees Bolton travel to Arsenal, looking for their first league win at the home of the Gunners for 47 years. Probably then too much of an ask for them to score the 3 they need to record 4,000 goals in top-flight football. Seems a shame to waste that stat. Spent all week counting them. Guy Mowbray was at the Emirates.
Not for sale, back in the team, and today becoming Arsenal's 7th captain this season. Kolo Touré has scored in Bolton's last 2 visits to the Emirates. Such are Bolton's absentee problems that Gary Megson has only named 4 substitutes. Promoted from the bench is 20-year-old Chris Basham for his first senior start. Arsene Wenger and Gary Megson have often had plenty to say to each other after games in the past. Today there's time for a pre-match chat on cordial terms. Diaby, Nasri, Clichy wide. Nasri changes direction and finds Van Persie. Controlled it beautifully. Only had a split second to get the shot away. Not sure it was a pass that was intended for Van Persie. It might even have been a shot from Samir Nasri. But Van Persie did excellently with it. Doesn't matter what you control it with. Just a little too high. To Eboué, not close enough to Diaby. Gardner, McCann. It's Kevin Davis to loop one forward for Elmander to chase. Almunia and Touré have to get this right. Well, Touré at least headed it away from goal and away from Elmander, but it was messy from Arsenal. Touré's watching the ball. Not a sign of him looking at his goalkeeper, who very nearly took him out. Eboué. Danielson, Diaby, has to go back wide. It's Clichy's delivery. Up goes Van Persie. Not a bad try. It's always going to be very difficult to beat Jääskeläinen with a looping header from there, but he made the Bolton keeper be watchful. We're losing more light at the Emirates. Perhaps playing in the dark would help somebody score. Davis. Now Riga. Looking for Matty Taylor. It's not a bad ball, and it's a really good header. And Almunia has to show us all that he's still awake, despite having nothing at all to do in the game so far. Good ball clipped over by Riga, and Taylor wasn't about to give up on it. Bolton certainly believed that they might just get more than 1 point from this. Nasri. Through to Adebayor! Well, that was the moment. Biggest chance of the game yet, by a country mile. But Emmanuel Adebayor couldn't take it. What about the pass? Played through with superb accuracy, but it's a marvellous block from Andy O'Brien. Here's Danielson. Slotted through for Adebayor. Now it's Robin van Persie! The post saves Bolton, and then O'Brien's there to deny Eboué. Now it depends on Arsenal's confidence as to how they see this one. Do they think we're never going to score today if this doesn't go in, or do they think we're getting closer all the time? Nasri. Over to Touré. He can hit them from distance, and he has done! Saved by Jääskeläinen. Not sure if Van Persie got a touch to it as well. Well, Kolo Touré has scored in the last 2 Bolton visits to the Emirates. And this was a really good effort. And he became the first Bolton boss to get a league win at Arsenal for 47 years. It was not long ago on Tuesday when Bolton last went north with the points. Kevin McCann gets a card on his birthday. Just back for a 1-match suspension for racking up 5 bookings. On comes Nicholas Bendtner, whose only Premier League goal this season came in Arsenal's win at Bolton in September. They need a repeat. Nasri's free kick. In went Bendtner. First touch. A matter of seconds after coming off the bench. Doesn't quite get enough on it. Arsene Wenger finds his side way off the Premier League pace. Now he's seen his role as Sir Alex Ferguson's chief adjutant taken from him by Rafa Benitez. Nasri. Here's Clichy. Through to Van Persie. In goes Bendtner! Arsenal break through at last! And Arsenal have had to do just that.
The Arsenal goal scorer.
Great ball played through to Robin Van Persie. And that was perfect for Bendtner to attack. Started with Clichy's pass, Van Persie's clip, and for the second time this season, Nicholas Bendtner scores for Arsenal against Bolton. Well, there's a familiar sound. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Basham, life in Bolton yet. This is Davis, straight at Almunia. Arsenal were asleep. Kevin Davis will feel that he shouldn't be letting that sort of opportunity pass him by.
Arsene, that took a lot of hard work to get that win.
Yes, it wasn't destined to be a game with many goals because they defended very deep, very well, physically very strong. And we need to be patient, not to make a mistake. And in fairness, they made it very difficult for us, but we were stubborn and focused and consistent, and in the end we got there.
You've got a right back who Rochdale didn't play on loan last year. We've got a left winger playing in the middle of the park. Most of our players were unavailable today, and we didn't have enough players to put more than 4 subs. And of those 4 subs, they're all free transfers and kids. So I'm so disappointed for them, but certainly not with them.
Well, Nicholas, you weren't on long, but that's the way to make an impact. You nearly scored with your first touch.
Yeah, to be fair, I thought like this is Tottenham all over again. I thought I was just trying to hit the target, and unfortunately where I hit it, the goalkeeper was. But I was happy to take my second chance with a goal.
Yeah, 1-0 to the Arsenal, like the glory days, wasn't it?
Well, what we're missing is the free-flowing 5-3 matches, but it's important Arsenal keep winning because Aston Villa aren't going to go away.
There's no question who their man in form is at the moment, is there? Robin Van Persie.
Well, he's always been a multi-talented player, great left foot. Had struggled a bit with injuries, but he's back to his best. And you know, when you're looking at the touch and technique, this would sum up. Ball pinged in, or he's hit over the bar, but the first touch is magnificent. Then one round the corner, comes inside, right foot against the post. And then a little bit of movement, and he just sits it up for Bendtner to come in the back post, and it was a magnificent display from Van Persie. But what about Bolton?
They need to get players fit, don't they?
Well, they were playing so well, and they've had 6 defeats the last 7 in free fall. It's amazing how things swing. And I think that's the beauty of the league this season. You know, 1 minute you're up there, the next minute you're back down, and there's so many big teams in there with a chance of being relegated.
As we're about to see, it's very tight. Let's take a look at the Barclays Premier League table. Liverpool's first league game of 2009 ends in a draw, but it's enough for the Reds to move 4 points clear of Chelsea at the top. Aston Villa move up to 3rd. They're just 5 points off the summit themselves. Manchester United slip a place, but have 3 games in hand on most of their rivals. Arsenal and Everton complete the top 6. West Brom continue to prop up the table and now find themselves 3 points from safety. Tottenham are back in the bottom 3, but would leap to a lofty 11th position if they can beat Wigan. Stoke move up to 17th after breaking a 3-match losing streak. Just 5 points separate the entire